Does it seem like YouTube is on easy mode for everybody except you? Right? Everybody else seems to have YouTube on easy mode while you have it on hard as mode. All right? Does it feel that way? Does it seem like every YouTube street corner you turn on, there's somebody out there raking it in, right? But you're sitting and looking at crickets? Well, there's a pretty good reason for this, okay, and I'll kind of explain it. And before I do, I just want to tell you, do not feel bad, okay? Don't feel discouraged. You just got to keep plugging away, okay? Don't feel discouraged. See, here's what's happening. The YouTube algorithm is extremely smart, okay? And their sole, one of their biggest goals is to keep you on the platform for as long as possible so that they can continue to serve ads and make more money, okay? Make more money, make more money, make more money. That's the game with YouTube. They want to keep you on the platform as much as possible. So, whatever bit of content that you watch, okay, if YouTube sees you spending a lot of time on that kind of content, they are going to continue feeding you more of that type of content because in YouTube's infinite wisdom, right, the wisdom of the algorithm, it has determined that you're staying on the platform because you like that type of stuff, okay? It might be stuff that turns you, it might be stuff that actually ticks you off, right? But the bottom line is you're watching. So if you're watching it, YouTube is going to do everything it can to make you keep watching more of that stuff. So if you see one video that's telling you that YouTube is on easy mode and you spend time watching that video, completing it and everything, guess what YouTube's going to do? They're going to feed you with more videos like that one that are feeding the narrative that YouTube is on easy mode or that YouTube is helping everybody get, or helping small creators get views and all that type stuff, okay? This might very well be true, but in my opinion, and I can't, like I said, this is just my opinion, right? In my opinion, that's not necessarily the case. It may seem like it is the case to you because that's what you're watching, and YouTube is going to continue feeding you more of that content, okay? They're going to continue feeding you more of that content. So naturally, you're going to see more of that and be inclined to think that everybody else is having, the time of their lives on YouTube, getting monetized in a month, getting monetized in less, getting all the watch hours that they need in record time, getting monetized in 10 days. So, I've seen people get monetized that quickly, right? And you're watching that stuff, whether you like it or not, the bottom line is that you're watching it and YouTube is just going to keep feeding you that. And so subconsciously, you're going to look at that and think that YouTube is easy when it's not necessarily the case, right? I can't tell you how many different YouTube channels, how many different individuals that I have seen that got started with they got started with YouTube, period, right? And they probably did get started with YouTube because they were pushed or encouraged by the notion that YouTube is on easy mode, right? And they start creating videos, and they're not necessarily seeing the traction that they think they should be getting, and before you know it, they quit. Okay, I can't tell you how many channels that again, I know this because I was in the beginning in fact, I still am, even though I've posted a ton of videos, but I'm still in those early stages, and I say that because of my low subscriber count, right? The low number of views that I'm getting. I was in that stage, so naturally, every time I'm looking for different channels, right? Different channels similar to mine to see how they're doing and see what's working for them because I'm learning in the process, right? So I'm seeing like small like micro channels as I would call them, right? And I see, and I've been following a lot of these channels who were on, whose metrics and analytics and stuff were comparable to mine. So if and I'm what I'm looking for is to see is to see their channels just take off and blow up, and like, to feed the idea that YouTube is on easy mode, right? And I can't tell you how many of those channels that I've seen just fall off by the wayside after 5 videos. They've given up, right? After, I've seen some even go as much as posting just about as many videos as I've posted, right? And they keep going, but then all of a sudden, boom, they just give up, right? And that's because, I mean, that's probably because they've been led to believe that things are not going to be that tough, right? That they can just do this little bit of easy mode work, right? And their channels would take off and blow up, and they would start making money, and then they'll get to quit their jobs and all that type of stuff. But then it's not happening, right? That's essentially what's going on. So I'm just shooting this video to encourage you to not stop. Okay, you've got to keep going. Not that it's going to take you this long, but I just ran across a video today of somebody that posted. I didn't watch the whole video. I didn't go digging into the channel to see how many videos they've posted and all that type of stuff. But they were basically talking about how they're finally monetized after 14 years, people. 14 years. If I were to tell you before starting on YouTube, right, that you're going to have to be posting videos on YouTube for 14 years, and who knows how many hundreds, or how many videos, however many videos that person posted. If I told you that before you started, would you actually do it? I think the answer for majority of people on that is going to be no, okay? And that is not to say that it should take you 14 years or it's going to take you 14 years. I'm bringing this particular individual up as an example of what resilience means, right? Never say die. Die trying type of thing, right? Chances are, again, like I said, I didn't go into the weeds looking into the details, right, to see if this was a scenario of them having posted consistently for 14 years. If I were a betting man, if I were a betting person, I would guess that they were probably the type of person that were extremely inconsistent. I just wish I remember the channel. Like, I could have linked it below so you can see it. But anyway, this is just to tell you, like, again, same way, look at it this way, right? If I were to tell you that before you start, you're gonna have to post like a good 400 or 500 videos before you get monetized. I'm not saying that's gonna be the case. I'm just saying, if that were the case, would you start? Would you do it? Okay. What I'm getting at here is that you need to have the mindset of that you're going to just keep going at this over, and you're gonna have to have a never say die, never give up kind of attitude, okay? Because I'm not gonna pretend, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting, I've been getting to that point where it's like, it's like, man, like, like, are things ever gonna move? Like, but I've learned to block all of that out, okay? And I'm basically encouraging you to do the same if you want to get to that point that you're finally monetized through the YouTube Partner Program, if that's something that you're aspiring to, right? It's something I'm aspiring to as well, but that's not the only way to make money on your YouTube channel, right? There's so many other ways. I've covered that before. But there's so many other ways other than the YouTube Partner Program to make money on your YouTube channel. Okay, it's just a matter of you learning them. Speaking of, if you would like to learn one of the other methods that I use to monetize different YouTube channels, right? Check out the first link in the description below this video. It will show you how to monetize all your social media platforms through the use of digital products. Okay, creating and selling your own digital products, or selling other people's digital products, be it as an affiliate or through what they call master resale rights, where you just the product has already been done for you, and you can buy it and resell it and all that type of stuff. But anyway, back to the topic at hand here. All this is to say that there's a sprinkling of the whole idea that comparison is the thief of joy, right? compare, focus on your input, right? And then, focus on what you can control, your work ethic, how much you put in, how frequently you post, how consistently you post, right? So that's basically what you should really be concerned about, okay? Because if you start looking at all the other channels that are blowing up and everybody seems to be doing well, right? And then things are not happening for you, you are going to be very inclined to give up at some point. People are telling you that it's making it that, I won't deny the fact that YouTube is definitely, there's definitely a push towards helping smaller creators and making them more visible. That I will definitely agree with, okay? But to say that things are going to be extremely easy for you, or that YouTube is on easy mode and all that type of stuff, for some people I suppose it is, but it is just my personal opinion, right? That the people who are blowing up and having things just happen that easily for them, those people are in the minority, okay? But here's the thing, that is their reality, right? It is their reality that things just seem to happen relatively easily for them. So it is normal and natural for them to think, especially if they feel like they're nobody special, they're not doing anything particularly fancy or crazy. It is but normal for them to think that it's going to be that way for anybody else, okay? This is in no way, shape, or form meant to discourage you from, starting your YouTube journey, right? But this is just to give you a chance to or at least open your mind and open the door to setting your expectations, right? Setting your expectations going in. I want you to have the work ethic that you would put into, like you would have your regular 9 to 5 job, because if you didn't have that work ethic, they would fire you. That's the way you need to kind of approach this whole YouTube thing if you want to gain some traction, okay? So, just remember that, okay? Is YouTube on easy mode? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. For some people it is. For some people it might not be. But whatever the case may be, whether it is or not, the bottom line is you're going to have to put in some work, right? Put in the work, and then let God take care of the rest, so to speak, right? All right. Just do your part and take it from there. All right. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video. Again, if you would like to learn how to make some money with, by monetizing your social media content, whether it's YouTube or other social media platforms, without waiting to have to be monetized, by the platforms in order to make money, click that first link in the description below this video, and you will be taken to a page where you will be able to learn more about it and get access to training that will help you hit the ground running, build a solid foundation for long-term success. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget, any comments, questions, or suggestions, put them in the comment section below. I will be sure to answer, and I will catch you in my next video. Ciao.